This is the Altitude Daily Podcast. Everything you can't miss from today on Altitude Sports Radio. Mosher, Lombardi, and Kane.
I keep hearing 3 different sites for a potential stadium.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure why.
Where did they get Aurora from, Vic? Where'd they throw, like, when he said Denver, Lone Tree, and then he said Aurora, and I was like, where are they going to put a stadium in Aurora?
Let me tell you what this is. All right, you want truth?
Yeah, I want truth.
You want truth from me?
Yeah.
Moj, you want truth?
I'm begging.
I'm going to give you some truth. Let me tell you how this works. You keep all options on the table because you're still in the negotiating window with prospective cities. I think in their heart of hearts, the Broncos would love to keep this franchise in Denver. Mm-hmm. It is the Denver Broncos, and I think most fans would like to see it stay in Denver. But what you do when you're negotiating with the city of Denver, you flirt. That's exactly what you do. You use leverage, and you open it up to other communities. And that's really the only way you have leverage. Mm-hmm. So that's why you keep hearing Lone Tree and Aurora. That's why.
Ring, ring. Hey, Thornton, what's up? Yeah, it's Greg Penner. Hey, how you doing?
I need some tax cuts.
you got some land out there, man.
I'm just saying, the way they're going to build this stadium, it's going to be a city unto itself.
Absolutely.
Come on, man. We all know this. I mean, I know you guys live down south, and I know you love it there, but I don't know stadium where in Lone Tree would be an abomination.
I don't know where you'd put it. I'm down south. I don't know where you'd put it. Where do they want to put it in Lone Tree anyway?
You put a stadium in Lone Tree, you just forget it.
Like
I'm done.
By Cabela's? Like where?
I don't know. Yeah, right out here. Yeah, right out here. There's just massive amount of open land, and they're just going to build a tiny Bronco city there with a massive stadium.
You break with this Lone Tree Stadium crap. What are we doing?
I want it downtown Denver too, brother, but I don't know if they don't have the space for it, right? They can't just buy up a big chunk of downtown Denver. Can they?
Well,
there's plenty of space, bro. Yeah. There's plenty of space there.
Yeah, I hope they figure it
out. There's so much space. I'll show you. I'll walk the space with you, Berno. Right. I'll walk it with you.
I don't need you to hold my hand and walk me through a space. Just point it out on a map. I'll get the picture.
What do we do? Catering to D-Mac? Put it in his backyard?
No, yes, exactly.
Actually, that's where he is. Yeah, he's down there.
He tried to convince me the other day about why it would be the best place to put the Broncos stadium. Yes! But it basically came down to, like, I'm right here.
Think about
he ride his bike.
Yeah. Think about it. First of all, I get it. Traffic's an issue all over Metro Denver right now. But the snarl you would get along that exchange there?
Ooh. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, man, we ain't doing it. I'm going to put my foot down. I'll take over.
The Altitude Daily. The Morning Sprint.
One I don't see yet, but nobody's really been able to show me where it is. I just don't see Lone Tree.
Neither do I.
As a great spot for the Denver Broncos.
I would love the spot. It's very close to me. Don't get me wrong.
Is there enough real land? Like, I'm talking because you need an expanse, especially if you want to build it up and have an entertainment capital around a football stadium that everybody's moving towards now.
The space that you would have to do it is like near the Hess Reservoir. Kind of in between, right in the middle of like Parker and Castle Rock. So it would be South Lone Tree. That's really the only open space that you have down there.
Is that a ton of space though? Because when you're out by DIA, you look around and all you see is land.
It would take a lot of dirt moving because it's way more hilly than the Aurora locations would be. You could do it. It would be, you're fitting a monstrosity right next to I-25.
I actually love current Empower Field. I think it's a great venue. It's a great stadium. I've been to a lot of these stadiums, and there's something about that stadium which isn't particularly new with regards to what most NFL stadiums are nowadays. I love the thought of keeping the stadium right where it is and retrofitting the stadium with whatever it would take to allure a Super Bowl to that venue. I like downtown venues.
The parking around it is less than great.
I don't think it's terrible though. I've been a part of there's some really bad parking situations. Everything in the Bay Area is terrible. Los Angeles is really bad. I don't think it's that bad. I mean, you're not dealing with Kansas City, where you share a massive parking lot in the middle of nowhere with the Kansas City Royals and Arrowhead Geha Stadium. but I still don't think it's that bad.
I would prefer to stay downtown. If they want a Super Bowl and they want to look like their family members, right? Our bosses here with the Cronkies, and you want to have that SoFi experience, it can't stay in that area. It has to go to Aurora, out there near, Watkins, essentially.
I don't know that you'd have that full SoFi experience in the real estate to do it in Lone Tree, to the extent that you'd want to do that to make it worth the build.
The Altitude Daily. Columbus, Hastings, and DMAC.
Listen, it's the right move. It's the only sport in existence where the offenses didn't reasonably have possession offensively guaranteed in overtime. And you can nitpick about really, really weird things like you lose the draw in hockey and skate down, score a goal. But stop. I mean, there's a face-off. It's different. Baseball, you get offensive defense. Basketball, you certainly get offensive defense. Soccer, and unless you're just going to shoot the ball in, and even that is a golden goal, and some soccer overtimes actually go for like 60 minutes. Shootouts, as we saw last night, are stupid and dumb. I am so out on shootouts in hockey. It's such a shame that the game, you get a value of an entire point. Just dumb. But whatever, man. If you want to have ties, I guess we'll change that later. We'll see how many games end in ties, but at least the offense and defense gets the ball. So
yeah, I bet there are going to be more ties personally. We'll see. I mean, I don't know what the science is going to say on it. We'll see what the numbers look like at the end of the year. It does make sense to me that it's going to lead to more ties. When you had the opportunity to be one and done, one possession, score a touchdown, okay, game over, right? Now we're giving another team a chance to respond to it. Look, I had no beef with the previous format. None whatsoever. Matter of fact, I thought it was exciting. I thought it was exhilarating. You win the coin toss. Here we go, baby. Let's go win a freaking football game. Game, set, match. All we got to do is score a touchdown. That was exciting to me. And you know what? You got to play defense also. So I never viewed it that way. Look, you play defense, you play offense. But this is a huge complaint for a long time. It was headed in this direction. I do think it's going to lead to more ties, though. I absolutely do, and I think people are going to hate the ties.
Help me out where the tush push. The tush push has been pushed back. Is that right? Like we're gonna figure that out later. There's a couple of things that we're gonna figure out later. I think that was one of them.
The article I read said it was 16-16.
On the tush push?
On the tush push.
Yeah, so I guess they're going to figure that out in May. They do this all over again in May. So I'm pro tush push. Are you anti tush push or pro tush push?
No, I'm not anti tush push. I don't think that anybody should be punished for being better at something than anybody else.
All right, so you're pro. Where are you with tush push?
I think it's fine.
Okay, so where this is pro. Dan, you pro tush push or you anti tush push?
I'm with Tyler. If it's just one team that's good at it, get better at stopping it.
So this show is officially pro tush push.
Or get better at doing it. You know, like that's what it comes down to. I laughed at Raheem Morris because he was about the only one that was honest about the tush push. He's like, yeah, I want it banned because we can't stop it. You know, like okay, at least there's some honesty there. The dude isn't trying to come up with some excuse because of injuries or anything else.
The Altitude Daily. Kretman and Lindahl.
Sandman was mad about the hockey wave last night.
Raj was really mad. Sanford thought it was kind of stupid.
Okay.
And so I just, I called him up and called him soft.
It does.
And then now Sanford's mad at Andy.
It does suggest a crowd that's not really that into the game.
No, see, I agree. I disagree. It means they're actually doing something and having fun at the game. I know that we all love to take our selfies and check our bets and live on our phones while we sit inside the arena. I'd rather you maybe hang out and enjoy the game that's there. Why do you care what people do anyway?
It's sports talk radio. It's all we do is talk about what other people do.
Listen. Hey, you want to throw that argument at me?
Literally.
Then guess what? I'm going to get worked up when you blow a 2-goal lead, whether everything's locked up or not.
It's literally all we do is talk about things other people do.
No, I just mean as you as a person I'm not asking you, Nate, the professional. Why do you care about sports? I'm asking.
Purpose of this exercise
help me out with
is
this, by the way.
discussing things
help me out with this.
done by others.
What was the origin that people decided to hate the wave? That's what I'm curious about. Because generally, and again, this is from my roots. My roots here was the stadium got louder as things got going, and it would cause problems for the opposing offense. Now, I grew up in only a football town where the wave seems to fit better than other sports.
Isn't it more effective just to have the whole stadium yell all at once instead of like
what would you
waiting?
Like? Yeah, because the board is so effective.
Instead of like waiting for your turn to go.
Well, you could be the murmur gets going. The murmur gets going.
Like I thought the whole purpose of like the 12s and all of that was to scream the whole time, thus making it difficult for the offense to be able to hear each other and force them into false starts.
Well,
but if only like a swath of the stadium is going, whoa, it feels contrary to the idea of being loud.
No, you're still cheering. You can get up and do your whoa, but you can still cheer. I'm just telling you.
See, do you get louder when it's your turn to whoa?
Oh, yeah. You scream a little louder.
See. Okay.
I just feel like it does show an engagement in trying to create an environment that makes it tough on the opposing team. Now, look, in baseball, fine. I don't know where you need the noise in baseball necessarily, but I know whether it's a Mammoth game or a hockey game, you got those guys feeding off the energy. It was funny because D-Mac was asking Scotty about this, and they were like, well, I haven't seen the wave at a lot of Nuggets games. Yeah, a lot of Nuggets games have kind of been not great at times this year. So, hey, maybe you need a wave or two in the Nuggets game.
No, I have a different view of it. If you're doing the wave, it's because you're not engaged in the game in front of you.
Now, why do you say that? You're more engaged than you are if you're staring at your stupid phone, which most people are doing 24/7 anyway.
That's not what I'm suggesting. I'm suggesting people, watch the game.
Quietly? Politely?
No.
Like it's a tennis match, or what are you looking for?
Make noise all day long, but like if your focus is like, ooh, it's coming to us. Ooh, it's only 2 sections. Wait, whoa! And then you watch it keep going. At what point were you actually like watching the game and excited about, the professional athletes in front of you?
I don't think it's that hard, especially radio professional Nate Kreckman, to keep your eye on 2 things at once. It's not like, oh my God, where is the wave going? You feel it coming. You can frankly hear it coming.
I mean, Andy, we've literally had to take TVs and screens away from you on the show to get you to pay attention to the radio show.
You know what? I focus better. I'm more into the game than you lecturing me about the wave and not to do it.
You've been listening to the Altitude Daily. Catch us live weekdays on 92.5 FM, the Altitude Sports Radio app, twitch.tv/AltitudeSR, youtube.com/Altitude Sports Radio, and your favorite smart speaker. Say Altitude Sports Radio.